Hello. When I first started working on doccompletionforms.com was on paper and doing the reading about expert law systems, expert document systems, and I was in my school bus all the time reading, and then I'd download stuff and I'd bring it over and I just read on my laptop over there. And I was over there all the time working in my storage yard, kind of like cleaning stuff up. And it took a number of years before I paid the first programmer to do any work. It was 2018, and I think it was 2015 when I started doing all my reading about how conditional logic and expert document systems work. Well, in that time when I was at my school bus all the time reading, and I took copious amounts of notes. I mean, I have they're right here. Uh, Actually, this whole half of this stack of notes are there so that I can do some of the hey, here's where I first started thinking about things from and how I got to where I am today. So I want to write the story about how I got the software together. The further I've gotten with it, though, some of the initial concepts just kind of come along with how software works, but it is still really philosophically interesting. But one day I got there and two of my friends were over there. We were kind of over there all the time, and they were being interviewed across the road down by the lake a little bit by these newscasters. This is really the most horrible thing that you could ever think of. I thought of it because I was listening to this podcast and this guy is interviewing people on the street. He says he just put a collection together of people who are like psychos. I said something that I think it was just automatic. I said this to these newscasters. They were interviewing my friends right across the road. And I went over there and they go, "Oh, hey, do you hear what happened?" I go, "No, what? What happened?" They said they found just like an eighth of a mile away, they found a severed female human girl's head in a 5-gallon bucket down by the lakeshore. I go, "Oh, what? It's horrible. That's so crazy." And they said, "Well, who are you?" I go, "Well, that's my little storage yard over there. I'm kind of always working over there. It's pretty crazy that someone found that here." And they go, "Well, so are you afraid since you're here all the time that something dangerous could happen?" And I just kind of automatically said what came to mind. I said, "No, there's no way that somebody killed someone here and severed their head and left it in a 5-gallon bucket here. They just had to have shown up from somewhere and walked down by the lake pretending to be fishermen with a bucket and just fishing, and then just left the bucket. Or just probably played it off, looking like they're doing some normal thing and just left the human head when no one was looking, right?" And they just I'm sorry. This is a horrible thing. This is like laughter at a funeral. Uh, they go click. They stop the thing and they go, "Bro, we can't." They stop the camera. "We can't use this. We can't put this on the news." I had to refilm this video right here because when I said they clicked the camera off, I clicked the camera off on my camera right here. So, I don't know. It's just very, very out of the ordinary stuff happens while you're working on other things. It's really, really horrible. But yeah, I think I sounded crazy. It's not crazy though to think that no one was killed right there. And why would I be in danger or anybody else be in danger? Were they going to come back and try to figure out who maybe saw them walking down there with a bucket and kill the witnesses to that? I don't know if they solved the mystery. It's been years. Probably they figured it out. I should probably look on the internet. But that was one of the things that happened while I was starting doc completion forms. Now that it's going to market, this isn't probably the story we'll put on the website, but it just came to mind.